Sorry, I was just throwing things about this morning. Just make a bit more room so you can see. It's better, isn't it? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Sorry, I just threw my iPad on the floor. That was that clunk. Let me just get it up on my screen so I can see who's here and say good morning to people. I'm so behind this morning. I'm dithering. It's unlike me, isn't it? Every morning is the same. Good morning, good morning. I don't know if this fits in my screen size, and sort of. I'll see if I can change that a bit. I always have to watch the boring adverts. Sorry if you get adverts. No, I think that's the best I can do this morning for that. It's going to be a quickish painting. I'm not just moving things around. I've taped down a bit of it's watercolour paper, cold pressed, and it's more than £140. I think it's like 290, something like that, so it's quite thick because I'm going to use a lot of water. Morning. Morning, Jeanette. Morning, Lisa. Good morning, good morning. November. Yes, so I'm going to paint poppies. I said I was going to paint poppies in November, so this is it. I didn't quite get to finish my sketchbook, so I'm still working on this. So what did I do after my gooey ghosts? There were the ghosts. They came out well, really nice, and some people had to go and tag me in it, which was really great. They turned out really good. I drew a cat, then I did a skull. Sorry, my voice is going. And then I did some pumpkins. I don't think I recorded this. And then I was doing some autumn florals. And then I've got these few pages at the back to fill up, which I might just put some autumn florals in. So that will fill up this autumny sketchbook. I think it started off sort of summer. I can't remember when I started it. But it went autumn quite quickly. So it must have been the end of summer I started this one. Yeah, it must have been by the flowers that were in it. So that'd be another one to add to everything. Sorry, I'm coughing, my voice is going. I had a sore throat the other day, but then it went away, but now it seems to have come back since I need it. So I've got a few things that you need for this. A bamboo skewer. Thank you, Jeanette. A bit of blotting paper, a bit of sandpaper, some salt, some bleach. That's before we get to the paints. And I've got some Neo colours and some water soluble pencils in a poppy colours, of course. I've got paintbrush, a big fat one. I've got lots of bits of tissue for blotting. I've got my paints here. They're a mixture. I always get asked about my paints. I like to use Daniel Smith and Winsor Newton and some Van Gogh colours. That's all in these, all mixed up. Morning, Rosalie. I try and remember the colours if I can, but I've got no idea what the colours are. I know there's a cadmium red there, but it might be mixed with something else because I just like mixing them all together and creating colours that you know, not everyone's going to find, so it makes a good thing. But when I remember the colours, I do say if I do remember. And some clean water. It's not clean. Okay. I keep forgetting my plants. I've got some really nice. My Christmas cactus has got loads of buds on it. It likes it up here. It gets fed my paint water. They seem to like everything. Morning, Joe. Morning, Ezra. Morning, Lucia. From Italy. Hello. I think it's been later. I think to get more people, which is a good thing. Anyway, I like to start off with my paints all juicy, so I have sprayed them this morning. I was organised in that manner, and I've added a bit more quinacridone. Is it quinacridone? Quinacridone? I got a big tube of this, so I use it loads. Yeah, quinacridone gold, because I like it. So what I start off by doing, I'm going to do this old style-y, how I used to always paint them. if I can remember. I was looking at some old videos and I was thinking, oh wow, that's really... See, my clean water is really clean. Yours should be clean. So I'm just going to slap some on, like a poppy here, a poppy there, and then that's it. So I'm not going to put water there yet. And I like to have like a nice light blue sky. So I usually use cerulean blue, which I haven't juiced up this morning. Should have done, because cerulean blue, all the like ceruleans and cadmiums, they take a little bit to get activated. So I'm just going to slap that in up here. Remember, watercolour dries lighter, so be a bit more what do you call it, intense with your colours. I'm always really intense with my colours, and you know, I just sometimes it is a bit much. So I'm mixing a bit of that quinacridone with oh gosh, what colour is it? It was a brownie colour. Was it Daniel Smith Burnt Sienna? I think that's what I squished there. So stick that in, because this is going to mix with the blue. And then I've got a really nice blue that I like to use. It's dark blue. It's usually in Deathwing blue, but this isn't in Deathwing blue, and this is more of a peacocky blue, whatever colour that is. Or watercolour blue would work as well. Ultramarine, any sort of that sort of dark blue. I'd love in Deathwing blue, but I know I haven't got any left. So I might stick a bit of be a bit crazy. Oh gosh, stuck to my brush now. But I might be a bit bold and stick some, because I like the way it granulates, some black. Don't add black to your painting. I'm mixing it with the gold, it's fine. It's all good, and it makes a nice green if you mix it with the gold colour. So it's all really wet and gloopy and gloopy. I like to have a really intense dark corner in one corner and have a light coming through one area. So that's all like that. What I like to do now is start slapping some salt, and I just make it really textury, and a bit of bleach, because you never like bleach. Then I get my blotting paper. Hi Big Leo. I use a mixture of paper. This is higher than 140 pellets, cold pressed paper. With the grain, so cold press rough. You call it rough? Something like that. This is blotting paper, and it blots out. My blotting paper is not very blotty because it's been blotted, used far too much. Just do that, and then you're wondering why I had a bit of sandpaper earlier, and I've lost it. Where's it gone? There you go. I like to sand. Just get any cheap watercolour pencils work best for this. I just like to do a bit of sanding, and then I start dragging with a pencil like this, just to create some leaves and things. That's that. Let's tip it. I've got this taped on a board, so I'm just going to tip it up. Yeah, the bleach works a bit like alcohol, but it's not as intense, if you know what I mean. Which is why I like it. It's a bit more bleach because you can have enough. I'm just going to change to my smaller brush, I think, just to add some extra, if I can find it. God, I'm all over the place this morning, sorry. But whenever am I not, really? Let's add a sort of an intense dark down here. I want it a bit darker. Slosh it in. Right, now I'm going to start adding the red poppies. Now I've got this the brightest. With the dirty water it doesn't really work as well. the brightest red, the cadmium, and this orangey red here, which is really nice, and then a little red. So I never just use one colour. Then I just do that. Yeah, it's poppy, isn't it? I just think of them as, when I do my classes, I just think of them as blobs. There's just a blob. Stick one in here because you never want to. And I always like stick some bleach in, let it do a thing. Sometimes it's nice to have more of a yellowy one or a darker one. So I've got my heat gun here because I think I'm going to have to use that. Now the skewer is nice for like doing the stems and things, just scratching in. And what I like to do is this. I don't really like scribbles. I think it adds to like the papery texture of the poppies. So that one's going to be in your face. Let me give it a black centre so you know. But these ones are going to be standing up, sort of, maybe, probably. I never know exactly. It's quite intuitive the way I paint these. So, and I've been painting poppies for years. That's what I started off doing in YouTube. Like, gosh, my first YouTube videos are like of poppies, and I'll have to dig one out and redo it, and then see if I can recreate it. Back in 2007, I think is my first one, which is a long time to be painting watercolour poppies for. So I started off there, and then there was somebody copied them all and took advantage. I won't say any names. But hey ho. Right, that's that, like that. Now I like it to start drying now. So, and then I will come in with, you know, I like to blot out some, get a little bit of tissue. That's not a nice bit of tissue. It's that I'm very, very particular about my tissue bits. Yeah, poppies are special in November. My dad always did the poppy peel thing. He's got a certificate. I have to get it out actually for the amount he did for the Legion and that. My dad was in World War II, if nobody knows. He had me very late. I think he was in his 50s when he had me. He was in the parachute regiment. He got shot down when he landed in the Arnhem crossing. He got shot in the back, and they said he was never going to walk again. Everything. He spent ages he was in a prisoner of war camp as well for a while, but injured. and then he got sent home and stuff, and yeah, so he had a good story to tell. So that's why I started off painting poppies, because I used to paint them for my dad, and I've also auctioned a lot of them off to help for the soldiers and things. So that's how I started off painting poppies really. I used to auction my paintings at the Legion to help for things. I'm just adding a bit more red. So my voice is gone. Thank you, Jeanette. He was a I'll have to show you some pictures of him one morning this month, I think. I've got some really old pictures of him in his uniform and things and stuff. He was Czechoslovakian as well, so he was in the, I think he was in the Kent Power something or other, I don't know. I forget. Right, let's do a bit of stuff here. A bit of sanding, a bit of sanding. what makes the poppies. Oh, I just threw my brush on the floor. Oh, thank you, Jeanette. Yeah, it is a good connection. Backstory for my reason why I paint poppies. Yeah, that's why I started doing them, really. I didn't just think, oh, let's paint poppies. And now my new boyfriend, Steve, he was in the army. He was a Royal Engineer. He was in there for 15 years, something like that. So there we go. And I love poppies anyway. They're just lovely. I had so many lovely ones in my garden today. This year. Get it right. They were so beautiful. I've got some pictures. See, the blotting paper blots out really nicely once everything's done its thing. Can do its thing. This bit I'm wanting to add the middle, but it's a bit wet at the minute. Just want to make a bit of green in there. I think my dad met the Queen and stuff as well. Got a picture of him, and he was always at the on the Remembrance Day marches and things. I remember I joined in after he died with my stepmum. We were like at the front of the parade thing. It was all very emotional. And then at his funeral, he had all the flag bearers and the last post playing and everything. It was like, oh, yes. Every time I hear that now, I just like start crying. The pencil sharpener. That's what I'm looking for. Here it is. I was just working on the middle of this one. The pencil sharpener doesn't want to sharpen. I haven't painted poppies for ages. It's just like muscle memory now, I think. You know, like memory. I don't even need to think about it. It's just something. Because I've painted so many of them. It's just something that just comes naturally. But they all turn out different. Every single one of them. They're never the same. I wanted a pen. I did have a pen here, but I know I took it somewhere yesterday. Oh, I got a black pencil pen here. And that's a good thing for using a water-soluble pencil. You know, you can do the pollen that falls out the flower. And it only sticks where it's wet. So I'm just going to do some... I need to sharpen this, but my pencil sharpener doesn't feel very pencil sharpening. See, I'm just going round and round. Must have something in the end. You can see how much I use this one. I don't even know what it is. But I just like to do, I'm going to stick my arm in everything. Just the little, I'm not sure what they're called, at the end of the pop. I should know, I've been painting poppies so long, I should know them inside and out, really. That's that. And I think I need to work on the stem so they don't look like they're floating. I do like to come back in when it's a bit drier and add some, see this one's lost its redness. I'm going to stick a bit of orange in there because orange and blue is just nice. So I'll just roll the brush, just blob it in. Hi Helen. Helen. Sorry, Helenia. I'll just spit it out, mates. Come on. Morning. Are you from UK? I'm from UK. Then you can do some negative painting bits, sort of round. I've got a little bud here. I don't know. Thought it'd be nice to pick out a little bit of detail. Just negatively paint around it. This is where I lick my paintbrush. I'm sorry, but nothing works as good as making the point pointier. It's bad, isn't it? Do one down the bottom. Sorry, my voice keeps going. I don't know what's wrong with it. I thought I was going to come down with a cold the other day, so a really bad sore throat. But look, it seemed to have buggered off, so which is good. You hear a weird snoring noise? That wasn't me. That is Cyril. You can pick out them as they dry. You can pick out a bit more detail, which is nice to do sometimes. Anyway, I think I'm sort of finished with this one. I should dry it with the dryer really, but I like it to smoosh. That's my word. Smoosh in and do its thing because you get all nice things happening. The salt hasn't worked, so I think I put it on too early when it was a bit wet. Let's just add a little bit where it will work. The sheen needs to just be going off for the salt to work nicely. And I do like to put like a little highlight on the middle of the flower. It seems to make it work. My ink has gone so gloopy. This is acrylic ink and it's the gloopiest of the gloopness ever. Now I can't find my little brush. I had a really nice little brush and I thought, oh yeah, that'd be great for doing what I need. But as always, I can't find it. Always organised. Right, I'm going to use this one. It's a bit big, and yes, I did just lick it. And then I just like highlight some of the bits in the middle. If I haven't managed to keep, sometimes I manage to keep it in with the white paper, which I do like best. It seems to glow a bit more. And sometimes I lose it because I work so wet in wet. It's difficult sometimes. Not too much, just a little bit. Yeah, I think I finished that one. See, the nice thing about the bottom, it looks all grassy and it's quite effective the way that's happened. Should I dry it and then take the tape off? I'm not sure if I put the tape on very squarely. Should I say it's roughly colour? I should have like a mat to put around it up here because then it like really stands out. I'm just going to get my industrial dryer. I don't like hair dryer. It doesn't work quick enough. But I don't think the salt's going to work on this one. It probably would if I left it, but it's going to take ages to dry. I just want to I just want to peel the tape off. Dry. It also makes the tape come off easier. Bye, Joe. Thank you. Right, that's that. Should I pull the tape off now? Whilst it's still warm, it makes it easier. See, it does come off under the tape because it's so wet what I do. Well, I didn't make too bad a job. I ran out of my blue tape that I normally use. So I ended up using, ooh, it's pulling off the paper as well. So I ended up using washi tape. There we go. This is an old sketchbook page bit of paper. There, finito. Let's take away the stinky board. Yeah. Right. Thank you for joining me. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you, Lucia. I'm going to be painting Poppies live all through November, and I'm live 7:30 a.m. GM. I always say GMTV, don't I? Greenwich Mean Time, GMT. On a Monday, Wednesday and Friday, although sometimes I might miss a day due to life. But yeah, and I'm going to be putting these up for sale. All the ones I do live, I'm going to put up for sale, and also you can be able to buy prints of them in my Etsy shop, and there should be a link in the description, but they won't be up yet because it takes time to put them on the Etsy shop and make it look all beautiful. So by the end of the week there should be a few paintings up for the beginning. Right, thank you for joining me. Take care, and I will see you on Friday. Bye.